Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My next guest is my first guest tonight. Great comedian and a regular cast member of the biggest show in the history of Comedy Central, I would say.
Roots?
Yes, of course I'm talking about. No, Donnell Rawlings. What's up, man?
What's up? I always start off by saying, I'm rich! That's just so I could say, can I say the ending of that?
The what? What are you gonna? What?
The ending of Chappelle's show when there's this crazy black guy that says, I'm rich, and then it's a word. Can I say that word?
You can say bitch.
Yeah.
I'm rich, bitch!
Oh, yeah, now you can say it.
I feel like I'm out of my cocoon now, man.
You know, I'm glad that a guest tonight that I have here is African American. I'm going to tell you why. Because I watched today. I had nothing to do, and I was going through.
I'll go for black.
I was going through on demand. That's fine. Thank you for giving me that permission. Because black is way easier.
It's easier to spell too.
I'm glad you're a black guy.
Okay.
Because I was watching the Django Unchained. I never watched that.
The D is silent.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is silent. Jamie Foxx actually says that very slowly. I should have remembered that. Django Unchained. What do you think Quentin Tarantino's fascination is with the N-word? He is like, I think he secretly has some sort of orgasm when he says that word.
I mean, most white guys, when they use it, they do have orgasms.
I'm not talking about my uncles right now.
Yeah.
No, he purposely puts that in a lot of movies, but it's insane.
But you
it's insane.
can't judge his. I'm
not judging him.
I think he has a 2 N-word minimum per film he does, and he blows through that budget like quick the first week.
Everyone's saying it.
But I don't
kids, white guys, black guys.
Yeah, well, white guys, they say it, and they like the reason why they say it because what they don't get is that people don't use the word. Some people do use the word the way that they used to use it.
Right.
And then you can have this argument forever, Artie. You know what I'm saying? We know. I don't know if this is breaking any FCC, but we know the difference from. Where my niggas is at?
Yeah.
Where my niggas is at?
Yeah.
Where my niggas is at? You know what I mean? It's just
that's
that
why
tone.
in this movie it is like, and it's weird to see. And I give props to a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio. As mainstream as a movie star is, that's a ballsy role to take on nowadays in this politically correct world because you're talking about 1800s the way, literally talking about people like their property. It's disconcerting to watch.
But I could see if they directed a movie, say like. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and they used it.
That would be ballsy.
Yeah, that would be ballsy.
Yeah.
In Lincoln. I mean, that would have been a good place in Lincoln. But you're talking about a slave movie. You know what I'm saying? Because Spike Lee was all in arms, up in arms about it.
He was, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way to have a slave movie without at least 4 or 5 N-words in the movie. That's what makes it the slave movie.
Right.
The N-words that are scripted are in the movie.
It's nuts. There are 2 things in particular that I've seen in the last couple of months where it was almost like, and I'm not easily offended. I'm not really offended at anything if it's good, especially if it's funny. But that movie and Cat Williams' first special, the
one where he smacked the person in Walmart.
The first one where he goes, "Ain't no N-word in the history of N-words," that one where he's.
This my.
Not the one where he's sweating a lot.
No, that was all
sweating a lot.
But this is
the first one.
This is my impression of Cat Williams' special. Cat Williams, thank you. You know, but I need a mic. Wait a minute, let me do it again. Thank you, Cat Williams. Get out, everybody. Give me $1 million. But going back to the Django and the Spike Lee, my only issue with Spike Lee when he made that statement is like, there's no political. You can't have a slave movie and be politically correct.
Well, you should know that because Spike Lee's one of those guys. He's like a Scorsese type director where he wants realism. And you know, if you're doing a movie about the '70s in New York City, every cop is probably going to say the
You
N-word.
can't have a movie like Django based in the 1800s and you say N-word, get away from my wife.
No, that's not going to happen.
It don't flow.
But it did was like, as I was watching, I'm going, damn, it's a lot of N-words. This is crazy. But,
there was a lot of N-words in the movie too, Artie.
Oh yeah. that Kerry Washington is a piece of ass, man. Oh my God, she's hot.
She's hot. She was in the hot box. She was hotter.
Yeah. I know. But I'll tell you what. You know you're hot when you're in the hot box for as long as she was and looks as good. They took her out of the hot box. She looks like she could have been on the cover of Vogue.
But that wasn't. See, that was torture for like like a black chick back then, but a white chick, that was like a tanning salon.
That does look like a modern day tanning salon.
They're like, I'm going to be in a hot box for 30 more minutes. Got to work on my backside.
So now, so give me life after the Chappelle show for you.
Horrible. Horrible. You know how it feels, Artie, for everywhere you go.
You guys were rock stars.
We were.
For a long time. And look, deservedly so. The show was amazing. But we got to take a break. But I want to get into what it's like that day you show up and he's not there. and then you're like, because for a while you did a couple shows without him.
Yeah,
Charlie, right?
They still had an archive of stuff. We were like a quarter way through that third season.
Yeah.
And Comedy Central, they invested money in it, so you know they're not going to just leave it on the table.
And you had sketches shot already, right?
We had the sketches shot, and then Dave wasn't communicating with anybody, so it was hard for us to make a judgment. Like, we're riding with you.
Oh, God.
If we call in and say the number you have reached has been disconnected, and then you got an African operator trying to still patch you through. I know where Dave is. I can find him for you. I didn't know how to speak Swahili, so we couldn't take productions to Nairobi or anything like that.